Gotta log in using Facebook. Yeah. That should be it. That'll be right. Oh. Oh, wait, what? Okay, cool. I already said trust this device. Oh, whatever. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that out loud. Whatever.
Ara, ごきげんよう。お元気そうで何よりですわ。
Oh, shoot. Oh, did we just do the entirety of my Genshin portion with a disproportionate... Oh, whatever. I just realized that the entire time we played Genshin Impact, the screen proportion probably wasn't right. Whatever. I'm an amateur streamer for a reason. Okay, let's get this. Weekly feedback. Oh! Let's collect some stuff. Ooh! Well. Special camp of youth and deceit. Let's do this. Did I type in the right game? Hold on. Action Taimanin. Okay. I'm assuming this is the right game because there's Action Taimanin visual novels, so hopefully it didn't. Whatever. It's Action Taimanin. Whatever. That day, I was heading to the headmistress's office more reluctantly than ever before. I wonder what this is about. After school one day in October, I was summoned to the headmistress's office right after class, and I was filled with worries. Why would I be summoned? To be honest, I can think of so many reasons. That's me whenever my boss calls me. I couldn't think of a reason since there had been so many things that happened recently. Maybe it's because I decided to keep the artificial twin demons as my guests a while ago? Or could it be because I went so far as to betray the DSO's request and protect another artificial demon as my guest? Or did the two small demons who I am responsible of cause another scene? Come to think of it, all the things are related to demons. By the time I sighed with all the thoughts, the entrance of the headmistress's office came into view, but it's just that. Those are the reasons I had something to say. The artificial demon twins, Yuffie and Sophie, are man-made weapons made by Task Force G. However, frustrated at the fact that they were made as weapons, the two escaped. I learned of their existence when the DSO obtained this information, and I was contacted by the masked Taimanin. After negotiations with them, Goshi was tasked to protect them, during the course of which they were locked in a cell in Amidahara and Shikanosuke, but they were safely rescued and the twins ended up staying at my place. It was a request from the masked Taimanin, so if I get scolded, the story might reach her too. Another guest of mine is Saya Neo. She's also an artificial demon made by Task Force G, and she's hot. Again, there was an issue at Task Force G which led her to escape. The masked Taimanin asked us to terminate her, but I refused. One of the reasons why I refused and decided to protect her was because I owed her while on a mission. Did the masked Taimanin call her? Seems the most likely. And lastly, the two small demons I'm obliged to take care of, Lilam and Minasaki, have been causing trouble every other week, or should I say every week if I include small ones. I don't think they would do something that bothers Misasagi unless they want to die, but every rule has an exception. I can't say for sure that they won't. Speaking of which, I haven't seen them in a while. I hope they are not waiting for things to calm down, hiding somewhere. That thought had me extremely worried. While I was worrying about so many things, I was in front of the headmistress's office. Oh, well, what else can I do? I just need to prepare for the worst. Same, I said under my breath. Then I took a deep breath and knocked on the door. Come in. Excuse me. I felt butterflies in my stomach because her voice telling me to enter was more stern than normal. Do you know why I called you in today? No offense. Her nips are erect. Anyway. No, I don't. Then think of what could be the reason I called you, Fuma-kun. There's multiple reasons. Yuffie and Sophie, Saya Neo, Lilim and Minasaki. That's gotta be it. All of them. While I was thinking to myself, Misasagi answered as if she'd read my thoughts, so it is. All of them? All of them. I murmured, but I didn't look away from Misasagi. I knew this would come when I decided to protect them, and Lilim and Minasaki deserve a noogie. So, did the DSO pressure you? They did, especially in Saya Neo. They even asked us to terminate her, and the higher-ups received complaints once they knew they were under protection in Gosha. I should be responsible for this because I'm captain of the task force. You are right. You must be responsible for it. It's good that you know what it means to be a captain, said Misasagi. She then stood up from her chair and walked towards me. She looked just as normal, but the pressure alone made my heart beat so fast that I thought I was going to have a stroke. Is it because she's sexy or what? I wanted to leave the office right now, but I managed to pull myself together, clenching my fists. I have to pay for my decision, the decision of not letting her die. However, I have to admit I was scared. Misasagi reached out her hand, and that alone made me feel as if she grasped my soul, my eyes closed against my will. But you held yourself together well. That touch really meant to kill. As I opened my eyes upon feeling something hit my forehead, Misasagi was smiling kindly. No matter what others say, you made this decision, so you will take responsibility, right? Of course. Then we're good. I assumed she called me in to test if I would chicken out, or endure it until the end. Upon realizing her intent, I sighed so deep as if I puked out my soul. As I loosened up a little, I felt my legs give way. I thought I was getting murdered. For real, in that moment, I could see that she meant it. Okay, I have to give Fuma slack. He's in high school! He's a high schooler, Jesus! However, since complaints have been coming in, I have to give you some sort of punishment, or this would set a bad example for other teams. For Taimanin's missions are absolute, no personal feelings can be involved. If I am not punished for this, other teams might think I would be okay to do so too. I know, I would have anything. Oh, did you think you alone would be enough to be responsible for this? I need you to select members from your task force and other cooperating teams to go on a mission. It's called joint responsibility. I dropped my shoulders at her words. It was I who decided to protect Saya Neo and the twins. Why do the others need to be punished too? Joint responsibility, which means not only I, but all the task force members should take response for this. Sue, Emily, Noah, Nagi, and Yukikaze's circle. I have nothing to say to them. That's the point of joint responsibility. She's trying to teach me that the consequence of the captain's decision affects all. The next is Lilim and Minasaki. I decided to give them noogies later to keep them from causing more trouble for a while. Although, it's sad that even I don't think it would last long. Understood. So the next mission is that night. And so, this year, we are in charge of the special camp. More like, you led us to this. So, I'm also on the management team this year. Yes, I also asked Miss Emily for help, saying it's a task force matter, but she was preoccupied. So, Tokiko Saika, could you? I mean, if you're not busy. Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to the special camp this year. It would be fun in so many ways. They agreed to help me before I could even finish. I'm grateful, but having mixed feelings since I feel like they are treating me as if I'm still a kid. You are. You're a teen. As I was smiling bitterly, Sue poked me with an elbow. That's what I've been always talking about. If you aren't clear with what you say, they will always look down on you no matter how much time goes by. I know it already. Alright, I want to hear everyone's opinion. What do you think we should do for this year's special camp? Should we plan from the beginning, Master? What else I could do? We've always participated but never managed this before. Surely, everyone is a beginner at first. We were in a middle school curriculum last year. The curriculum included studying in the academy and practical training in the simulation room. If I remember correctly, then it was combat training in the village and camping outside the academy. That's right, I was thinking of going to the seaside or mountains this year, but maybe it's too obvious. Besides, some students might behave childish if we go to the sea or mountains thinking they're on a trip. They are. But personally, I'm down with combat training within the village. Infiltration takes a huge part in Taimanin's missions. I believe it's important for them to experience combat inside a village or a building. Now, who should participate? Ah, Mrs. Saki gave me a list. She said she wants to test and train students who are highly likely to be task force members in the future. The task force is being assigned more missions every single day. I think she wants us to consider to add not only from the current pool of talents, but be on the lookout for new talents as well. Right. It seems like she did a survey on whether they would participate or not, so I think we can get the list of participants by this weekend. Good. Next, at that moment, Saika and Tokiko quietly stood up. Tokiko hid herself in the blind spot of the door, and Saika opened it. Ah! When Saika opened the door, the demon staying at my house, and Yuffie, Sophie, and Saya Neo appeared. Whoa! Fuma really is a harem hero protagonist. Look at all these babes. I'm not talking about the two demons there. Noah, no. I'm not talking about Noah. I'm not talking about Anemone. I'm talking about Saya Neo and those two girls in the middle there. Yeah. What? Are you looking for snacks? You should be careful not to eat too much. We are not. Then a late night snack? Tokiko. No, that's not it. Only Noah eats that much. So, you guys came here for no reason? Will you come back later? Us adults are in the middle of something. I'll play with you guys then. We are not here to play. Saya said, then the demons puffed. Didn't puff their cheeks, but they did look angry. Maybe they want to help us? Them? How adorable. Is it though? Whatever the case, they just seem to want to join thinking of this as some sort of picnic. I didn't say it out loud because if I did, they would be sulky. Alrighty, then. Oh my, are you guys going to help us? As I asked, Saya Neo and the others nodded happily. Ooh. A few days later, alas, the annual special camp, which has become a tradition each year, has come. Who are you talking to? Fuma-chan, you must be really tired. Thanks for being supportive. I'm just worried about you. I feel like I heard them talking like this, but decided not to care. Yeah, what a nice day. It's not that I care if you want to escape from reality, but eyes in front. While I was having a cheerful conversation with Shikanosuke and Hibiko, Sue, who was standing quietly behind me, smacked me in the head. It made a loud slapping sound, but didn't hurt much. I remember it was not as many people as this last year. The special camp had quite a reputation, you know. Those who participated said that they could improve their skills in a short amount of time, and that it was a chance to interact with students from other grades. And participating in this kind of event helps them communicate better with seniors or students from other grades during missions. Furthermore, it was a great opportunity for them to see how good other Taimanins of their grades are and compare. Even if that's the case, there are at least twice as many than last year. That was true. This year's special camp had a considerable number of participants. Last year's number wasn't little, but this year there were twice as many students as last year in the field of Gosha Academy. Of course, they are all Taimanins, or well-known Gosha students from other teams. Thinking that I might have to manage all these people alone was enough to make me feel exhausted. Why do so many of them have to come when we are in charge? It's driving me crazy. Wait, I think I heard your honest feelings on this. Pull yourself together, will you? If you, the captain, look weak, the whole task force will be seen as weak. Ouch! It hurts! While Sue hits my head with her fists, my mind clears of worrying thoughts. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I like to get hurt. My. Alright, let's be serious with this. There's no let's here. You just do. Sue poked my side for the last time, and I looked around. Wow, there are so many people here today, Mai. Don't look around like that, sis. It's embarrassing. It's not like we just arrived at a city from the countryside. I'm just checking who's participating. It's important, you know, gathering information. No, you were excited to see so many people. The Nanase sisters. They are Taimanins who use papers that they hide under their clothes or on their body to attack or defend, which explains the boss battle with that chick. The older sister, Ayumu, makes animals out of the papers for recon and uses a pair of swords as a weapon. The younger sibling, Mai, is specialized in defense. Her defense is so strong that it can withstand the attack of Taimanin's lightning strike. Ah, there's our captain. Huh? Said Ayumu and waved at Fuma Kotaro, who was in charge of the camp. However, Fuma didn't notice. With so many students around, he probably couldn't track each individual's movements. I'm sorry, Mai. He couldn't notice us because we were too far from him. You don't have to. I mean, really, it's a great opportunity that I can participate in the special camp. I have to be serious on this. Right. That's a good girl. And you are a bad sister. Why did you join the camp? It'll cost you a whole week. Because it looks fun. Then Ayumu smiled mischievously, looking at her younger sister Mai, and then Fuma. Wait, what? Oh, that chick! Alright, attention everyone. Please keep hydrated to avoid heat stroke, and don't forget to grab Sengen Clan's special drink. It's very nutritious. We have plenty of drinks. Feel free to drink it whenever you feel thirsty, but try not to drink too much or you'll have stomachache. It was Sengen Misaki and Ichizen Saya who were distributing drinks around the schoolyard. Sengen Misaki is a pharmacist and is the daughter of the Sengen clan, a well-known clan of fire art users. In terms of age, she is a year above Fuma. She follows her clan's motto, do a good thing every day, and today, without even being asked, she is giving out special drinks made with a secret pill saying it'll prevent heat stroke. Assisting Misaki in handing out the drinks is Ichizen Saya, who controls a puppet as her ninja art. A third-year student in Gosha Academy and an eager Taimanin who trains hard while doing household chores. The puppets she controls are not attached to her by strings, but she controls them with her particles and now makes them walk around the participants. Phew! I have to say, doing good deeds first in the morning is very rewarding. Isn't it hard to do all of this alone? Besides, they don't seem to be grateful. I don't expect to be thanked for my good deeds. I'm just doing this because I want to do this. I see. However, Saya is also a good person, seeing her helping Misaki without expecting gratitude, although she seems unaware of that. More have participated this year than I expected, and they all look so cute and strong. You are cute and strong too now. Homari now, a third-year student of Gosha Academy, was looking around cheerfully as is a pretty guy and a prominent Taimanin who will be one of the new forces. One thing he is concerned of is that people often mistake him for a girl. However, Shishimura Koro, his friend from childhood, sees his reaction and thinks he actually enjoys it. Above all, he wears women's clothes just because they are cute. He wears them every day, and of course, when he goes to academy, he wears a girl's uniform. And beside the gorgeous pretty boy, who might seem a bit shady at first glance, is Shishimura Koro, but if you look closely, she is as beautiful as now is. People think of her as a person of few words because her voice is so quiet. Thanks, Koro, I'm glad you say that. But her old friend now never misses what Koro says no matter how quiet it is. Maybe it's because they're childhood friends, or maybe his hearing is just that good. Anyway, around those two, the most prettiest people in Gosha Academy, other participants were having a distance as if they were too shy to come near them. It is hard to be around too many people. Really? I like to get attention from many people. From a side, it looks as if Now was talking alone, excited, but those beauties standing alone looked like a painting, so other participants looked at them with awe, and none of them looked at them weird. Sarika. Wow. When will the camp start? She is showing her bare butt. Oh my goodness. She is showing what her mama gave her. Thinking that, she started her workout using the fitness equipment she had brought with her, right before the special camp. No one could even strike up a conversation, and unlike with Homari Now or Shishimura Koro, there was a certain distance between her and the other students, not for any special reason. Well, she is a lady from a historic clan of Gosha. Her gentle and soft personality might also contribute to the fact that she's like a flower on a hill, making it difficult for other students to approach her, in a different sense. Ah, good morning. Good morning. Sarika kept training until the camp started, greeting students as they went by. Alright, it's about time. Sue! Phew! Everyone gather around. Exactly as the scheduled start time of the camp, without a second of delay, Shu shouted and students who were chatting lined up and looked at Fuma, who was standing in front. Let the special training of the year begin. Stay quiet and listen to what Fuma Kotaro, who is in charge this year, has to say. The voice of Sue, who is from the Chinese Union, an organization that has strict rules, was so charismatic that even the students who are well enough to be Taimanins got tense. I'm Fuma Kotaro, your director this year. It's great to have you all here. This special training is not only carried out annually, but it is also a unique training opportunity for Taimanins. I hope you all can learn something during the training because there's a lot to learn. There is going to be a test, and only those who pass the test can participate in the special camp. That's all. Any questions? As Fuma announced unilaterally, no one raised their hands, perhaps due to the overwhelming atmosphere. Sue's sharp, rebuking tone of voice and Fuma's strict announcement, what they heard were voices from active Taimanins who had experience in a real battlefield, a voice that they wouldn't have heard in their everyday life as a student. But they were curious, although they didn't say. Huh? Where are the other teachers who will be on the camp? Indeed, while Fuma, who is running this camp, and Sue, who is helping beside him, are present, not a single teacher is in sight. Fuma may be the veteran captain of the task force, but he can't replace all the teachers. Fuma, Tokiko, and Saika, who were examining the students from a short distance, were the only adults here. First, I'd like to explain what kind of mindset you have during the special camp. Fuma started to explain about the camp's events in detail. To be honest, complaints were made on this. Most of the students like to hone themselves. Endless pain of listening to material they have already previewed and understood, endless suffering, but that was precisely what Fuma wanted. Giving this unnecessary information on purpose, and with the fact that they had waited for a long time, the students' concentrations dwindled quickly. The test for the special camp had already started. On to the school field where the 4-day schedule of the training will be held, and at that moment, it was about 15 minutes into Fuma's explanation when the alarm suddenly started blaring. What is this? Mr. Fuma, the alarm is... Some were shocked, others were awaiting orders from Fuma. While everyone in the room probably thought, is this part of the sex selection test? Their actions varied. Following that... Wah! Help! Minasaki and Leland ran towards the students gathered in the schoolyard, screaming, and Yuffie, Sophie, and Saya Neo too. That is the worst acting of a scream ever. Period. Don't laugh at them, they are doing their best. Funny you should say. Stop smiling. No, I'm not. Just so you know, Tokiko and the others still looked serious. They're really something. My abs hurt from trying to hold in my laughs. So am I. Fuma and the others tried their best not to laugh upon hearing Leland and the others screaming and continued to observe the participants. Drones? And ninja beasts? Are demons being chased by them? Can we help them? Fuma, give us an order. Even though there was a visible threat, Fuma didn't give any orders, neither did Sue. All they did was observe what the participants would do. It is natural to be in an unexpected situation during Taimanin's missions. In such situations, one's ability to make decisions under unforeseen circumstances comes into play. It's a test to see that. Ugh, here they come. Fuma, I can really use an order here. They will be surrounded if we don't help. What should we do? Minus points for those two kids. Only half of them took action without taking orders. Some went in front to protect Leland's group, some took out their weapons to fight against the drones or ninja beasts, and some were trying to calm other students down, giving orders without waiting for Fuma. Each student reacted differently. Tokiko, Saika, and Fuma's group examined their reactions, remembering each student's name. Okay. Whoa! Boom. Let's hurry this up. That was a lot of reading. I mean, I love lore, so works out. Handgun. Boop. Oh, we have a bear. Ninja bear! Hey, Rip, welcome back to the stream. Yay. It's good now. Please stay inside the barrier. Even a high-ranked demon can't easily enter our paper barrier. Just popping in? Got an essay? Oh! It was the Nanase sisters who saved Noah and Saya Neo. They prioritized protecting the demons first, instead of defeating the drones or ninja beasts chasing them. Wow, this year's event started out of nowhere. I wouldn't have been surprised if Fuma gave me a heads up. If he did, the test wouldn't be fair from the beginning. Those kids should be okay now. I'm not a kid. That boy looks more like a child than us. You're welcome. Just so you know, this boy saved you. But Chikanosuke looked frustrated because he couldn't hit children. Hibiko laughed at that. It seemed the first thing they did was protect the two demons. Phew! We are done here. Here too. Hey, no one can hear that voice. Oops! I'll try to talk a little louder. Koro sheaths her sword, now stopped dispersing particles upon checking the drones and ninja beasts weren't following anymore. Also, Rick, good luck on your essay. Oh, it's over already? Said Seriku, who defeated ninja beasts barehanded in a disappointed voice. Others supported the three. Thanks to the help, there were few casualties. It looks like a lot is worth to train. Hee! In the midst of this, a voice of someone who was severely injured by the attacks of the ninja beasts, and from those who had not acted due to the lack of instructions. Those who have severe injuries lack the skills, and those of you who didn't do anything have poor judgment. Miss Murasaki? Even though this is Gosha Academy grounds, there's no guarantee that a real-life situation won't happen. I guess they become too comfortable with the peace. I can't wait to see what will happen in the next 4 days. Behind them were infamous hard-boiled Yatsu Murasaki, Hiragi Fuyumi, and Uehara Rin. They were just 3, but they took more than 10 who are unqualified for the camp and disappeared. Well, it is what it is. Don't forget you are always being watched, and if those 3 decide you are unqualified, I don't even know what will they do to you. Just, Miss Murasaki and others sincerely believe all of you are worthy enough to participate in this special training. Let me say this, you better be prepared when you do not meet that expectation. That speech made all the other students who were qualified for the special training scared. What will she do? On that matter, Fuma and the others really didn't know. Pity. I didn't know 1/10 of the students would be disqualified on a test. I honestly don't want any more of you to fall out. His voice sounded as if he was drawing a line, a cold voice that anyone who knew him would surprised to hear. However, this is also a part of the training. I ordered the students to be on standby and disappeared as if I wanted to hide from everyone. Well, was that good? I posed as a cold instructor, thinking as if I were you. What in the world do you think of when you think of me? Suhu moved behind the stage like I did, decided to kick Fuma instead of complimenting him. Fair. That was fair. That's a fair assessment. Fuma's like, I was thinking about you when I was being a cold, cruel instructor. Sue, what the fuck? That's funny. Day 2. Pardon me. What? Ow. One false step and your jugulars are gonna fall. Alright, I'll walk you through the training details. For this session, you'll have to suppress demons active in the city, neutralize the enemies while keeping the damage to the city to a minimum. Beware that friendly fire will lead to a deduction of your points. Ah! Sounds fantastic. What else can I do? Fuma asked me a favor. I didn't ask you guys for this much, you morons. I sighed outside of the simulator, containing my urge to say that out loud. Although it is a simulated city, it'll damage the machine if you guys do too much. If the machine breaks down, how well you guys do in there doesn't matter. So, be quick. Be quick? How, Captain Fuma? I'm not your captain now, I'm just your supervisor. Show me how you would tackle this situation. I disconnected the radio without saying further. Ugh, they would be better off with me giving them instructions. Now you understand what it's like to be high on the ranks. Misasagi feels this every day as a headmistress and by sending students to battlefields. I don't know what to say. Remember, I won't forgive you if you ever disrespect her. She will surely smash my face in if I ever did, no joke. Keeping my thoughts to myself, I nod and look at the live footage of the simulator. In it, I saw a strange demon that I had never seen before. Rabito, a demon who caused trouble before by hypnotizing Taimanins and civilians. Rabito? This is the first time I've seen this thing. What? Leela, Minasaki, and the others such as Shiryuki and Kadejina picked this demon when choosing a demon to use in the simulator. Did they pick this demon against us? Poor them. Why is that? Koro and I fought against this demon before, so why don't you guys support us while we deal with this one? Understood. Now instantly decided he and Koro should do this because they knew Rabito's special ability. That is the most effective yet least damaging way. Koro didn't seem to have a second opinion. She nodded and went in front. Students find her dark and quiet, but in fact she isn't. Be careful not to be hypnotized by it. That goes the same for you. Support us behind and be careful not to get close to that demon too much. Got it. All Now and Koro think of is efficiency. They stood in front so that the team would take little damage. Now uses condensed light, which is a type of lightning art. He then aims with his special rifle Balder, which controls the light energy he gathers. Let's make it quick. The team will be in trouble if he takes too long. Koro's ninja art, Soul Art, which enables her to gather information about a soul by touching its body, is not helpful here. Her ninja art specializes in reading the strong residual thoughts and memories within a person's body. Her abilities are focused on skills similar to those of a medical examination. However, this doesn't make her particularly effective in combat. Compensating for that, she assumed a stance without unsheathing the katana in her hand. She mastered Iai Jutsu, a type of Itoryu. Her posture is so flawless that anyone who is against her becomes stiff from being so tense even though her sword is still in the sheath. Those two people made a move. Now fired his Balder to limit the Rabito's actions and Koro dashed in. Iai Jutsu Flash! And a Rabito was eliminated from the data. What? What? I didn't see anything, boss! Well, in terms of skill, you guys are no match for them. I don't want to be the enemy of those Taimanins. Don't worry, you're in the simulator, you won't die. They're here already! While they answer each other's questions, the third and fourth Rabito gets chopped, turns into data, and disappears. As Fuma said, they were overwhelming. Moreover, even Koro and Nao, who were once inexperienced, have greatly improved since their first encounter with Rabito. In contrast, Rabito in the database remained the same as the information from that time. Given Leland and Minasaki's clumsy instructions, it was only natural that their abilities and coordination fell far short. This means run around as fast as your hands can carry you. Oh, I thought someone was calling me. You mean, run away. Also, it's your legs, not your hands. You can try to run. It was the moment I tried to interrupt. Despite the fact that it was an urban area with many blind spots, Now aimed carefully at Minasaki's shoulder and fired with his Balder. Despite visibility being poor, the lightning bullet grazed her shoulder. Still, it was a hit. Youch! What the heck? There was no time to be shaken by their screams. As Minasaki's movements were slowed down by the shot, Koro approached with an agility that belied her quiet appearance. Yeah, no. Now is a dude, and I didn't know that. I think I have now. Support her now. Her sword remained sheathed, but the intimidating aura that emanated from her caused the two girls to break into a cold sweat. Dang it, lag. Ah. With a quick draw of breath, she unsheathed their sword in a flash. Instantly, one of the Rubito leaped in front of them, acting as a shield. Whoa, that was close. But wait, am I out? My bangs have been cut off. Seems like they're having a lot of fun. I remembered as I watched Leela and Minasaki fleeing from over the screen. I do? Oh, okay. Huh? Suddenly, in a different location from the fleeing duo, Now, who should have been covering Koro from a safe distance, yelled. When I switched screens, I saw Now using Balder as a shield to fend off an attack, and the attacker was a fellow Taimanin. What the heck are you doing? Stop it! Now frantically defends himself while trying to create distance, but his opponent is also a Taimanin. Phew! Glad I made it in time. Thanks to those kids causing a scene, I was able to get close unnoticed. Behind the students who had suddenly attacked their friends, there stood Shiryuki and Katejina, each accompanied by multiple Rubitos. What have you done to all of them? Think, Rubitos have the ability to put others into a trance. We suffered greatly because of it. I see, so you manipulated all of them. I thought I'd be safe as long as I didn't get close. I should have properly explained their abilities. However, not all of them were in a trance. Some managed to remain sane even in this situation. Some broke free from the trance on their own. As they approached Now, they formed a circle around him. Alright, we can still fight. Once Now understood the situation and calmed down, he distanced himself with the support of Koro and aimed with Balder once again. Hoo-hoo, you don't give up easily, huh? Checkmate. When Katejina said this, it wasn't just Rubito and brainwashed Taimanins, now even drones showed up. There are a lot of them. It's training after all. It's good that we won't die even if we lose, but that doesn't matter. We can't afford to lose. Shiryuki's words riled Now. It had the opposite effect, or maybe she deliberately said it to agitate him. As she said before, this is training after all. That's precisely why she believes that fiercely resisting even to the point of risking death will become his nourishment. Helping the enemy in need? We owe them for helping us out. The two girls exchanged a smile and left the battlefield to the Rubitos and created distance. Okay, Rubitos, kill them all. How dare you cut off my bangs? Go! Uh-oh. Get revenge for the bangs. Ow. 4 damage? Dang. Lapis's stats are insane, because I've only been focusing on defense for Lapis, so it's kind of funny. Done? Whoa! Okay. Yeah? Okay. We get to move forward. Boop. Boop. Rubito Spotty? I've never seen this enemy before. Okay. These Rubitos are done. Done. Done, I say. They stood no chance. In the end, the last one standing were Now, breathing heavily, and Koro keeping her from falling, and a few other Taimanins. Did I miss something? Oh, the panting. Okay, there we go. Well, it looks like everyone's been beaten. I know, right? Shiryuki and Katejina seemed calm. Good job, everyone. I'm going to stop the simulator. I said, and then the sharply defined urban landscape data disappeared, revealing an impersonal white world. It was the familiar simulation room in the underground of the academy. How did it go? 70 points. Since we knew the enemy's abilities once Rubito appeared, we should have communicated that to our allies, even if it was brief. Prioritizing information dissemination is crucial. Especially when dealing with opponents possessing mind control abilities, there's a high chance that they can not only neutralize our abilities, but also turn them into an opposing force. Yes. Sue nods in satisfaction as Koro replies in the smallest voice ever. You guys probably thought you could win because you beat them before. I like that attitude, but if you lose in real life, that's it for you, so be careful. But if it was real, Sue would have told them info and then fought them for herself. Back when she just joined the task force, she was overconfident in her abilities and would have just rushed in. The fact that she's now talking about relaying information to your teammates is quite heartwarming. But boss, we won, so give us what you I know, I said I know! Ugh, you and your need to feed. Quite popular with the kids, I see. What they like about me is my money, not me. Here, take it. Yay! As I give them a bit of money, Leland and Minasaki race for the exit of the simulation room. They must be going to Inagaya. Oh my, we're not done training yet. Is it okay? I'm sure they'll be back once they're done eating. They know they can get money easily if they help me out. I wonder. While we were talking, there was a breeze. My goodness, what a sorry state this is, to be defeated by demons, even if it's just in simulation. Defeat means death. No, even worse, there's a possibility of handing over ally information to the enemy. These students seem to be worth the extra tutoring after all. As the two appeared with the wind spoke, they carried the students who hadn't fully recovered from the damage they took in the simulation. There were 3 of them. I, the last person, silently carried a student who was still unconscious. You're efficient. Mrs. Sagi personally asked me to train the young ones well. How can I not be excited? I get that you're excited. We deliberately got them to participate because they were top students. It's surprising how easily they fell into a trance. It's because you expect so much for them that they're going to be trained from the very beginning. Scary. She's smiling, but she's scary. Anyway, don't worry about the ones who dropped out, and don't slack off. We're watching you. That's right, Fuma. We're watching you. And with that, Miss Rin and Mr. Isaki were gone by the time I noticed. This is straight out of a horror movie or something. For a moment I froze, then I felt a tug in my right arm. My turn next. Right. Can I get money if I do well as... well? Yes, Fuma will give you money if you do well, so do your best. Okay. Hearing Sue, Noah confidently walked towards the simulation room. Oh, I'm not trying to pressure you or anything, but if you want to survive, win. Show Miss Murasaki a satisfying fight. That'll be all, I said coldly. Didn't I sound like a cold-hearted commander just now? Again, with that, you... Sue's like, you piece of freaking garbage. Day 3. Today I will change the objective. We've set up the simulation room for reclaiming stolen items. Also, the number of students participating has been reduced to about 1/3 of yesterday. Is it wrong to worry about those who were taken away by Miss Murasaki? It's almost like I'm sending my friends to heck in the name of after-school classes, and it's a bit mentally tough. Well, I suppose just like the students being evaluated, I, as a commander, am also being tested for my mindset. Even though I know that's the case, it's still mentally tough, so I think this special training holds significant meaning. If you want to join the after-school classes too, Master, why not go a bit easier? If I do something like that, I'll end up in the headmistress's office, not the classroom. You seem to understand well. It looks like Tokiko has realized while supervising this camp, I'm also being tested. Ao, please explain today's simulation content. Today, the mission is to reclaim a target item from opponents who are escaping. Upon saying that, Ao manipulated the device so the scenery of the simulation room changed. The location was an alley in some city, very dimly lit. Tokyo Kingdom, perhaps? Here, you'll fight drones and enemies emulated with the data we have, and then retrieve the item. Ao said, and then lifted a briefcase for all to see. As I said, it's about retrieving the item. Don't destroy it, don't let it get damaged, retrieve it without a scratch, there's an explosive inside. Don't think of it lightly because it's training, or you will die. Nao's words were held true weight. As the participants listened, they held their breaths, feeling the shift in the atmosphere. Also, we prepared 2 reinforcements, Saya Neo and Anemone. Both of them are demons. Hey there, nice to meet you. Why do I have to... I don't like this kind of event. No, I can't just leave favors unpaid. That's probably just you. Also, repaying a favor and a massacre are different things. A massacre would be a bother, wouldn't it? Huh? How come? As you can see, think of them as difficult to handle. Coordinate well and show us how you can successfully reclaim this briefcase. Everyone was speechless at Ao's words. They were all looking at Saya Neo and Anemone. Well, that's to be expected even though it's a practical simulation. It's still training. It's quite uncomfortable to easily utter the words massacre in this context. What's more, neither Saya Neo nor Anemone has ever coordinated with other Taimanins before. An unexpected joint operation with unfamiliar partners. It's natural for everyone to feel uneasy. There are probably many who feel uneasy about this, but there's a chance to suddenly cooperate with rival factions you've just encountered on the field or form a joint front with unexpected reinforcements. It's not always possible to team up with familiar teammates or friends for missions. It's about forming a friendship with someone you've just met and achieving the same goal together. This mission is meant to assess that adaptability. With the explanation over, Ao looked in my direction. The mission content for today is as I explained earlier. Don't let your guard down and aim to accomplish the objective. That's all. After saying that, I announced the formation of the teams for this mission. The first team consists of Sengen Misaki, Ichizan Saya, and Tachibana Serika. With 3 more Taimanins, a total of 6 members including Saya Neo and Anemone. Nice to meet you! I'm Sengen Misaki, in charge of health. Is it necessary to know she's in charge of health? Nice to meet you too. I'm Ichizan Saya. Tachibana Serika. Pleased to meet you. I'm Saya Neo. Since we're on the same team, I'll help you out. I'm Anemone. This one's a bit hot-headed. Be careful when using her. I use spiderwebs. This one has tentacles on its back, and super strength. Ah, introductions! I wanted to do it myself. Now's not the time for that. Come on, the mission is starting. When Anemone said that, the startled faces turned serious at Saya Neo's words. It was clear once again that they had deliberately selected a demon with a difficult personality for coordination. You're 2 o'clock, Saya Neo. Where's 2 o'clock? Diagonally in front of your right. As Serika gave the command while weaving through the buildings created by the simulator, Saya Neo's mobility increased dramatically. If she's given precise targets, her mobility and combat capabilities are far superior to anyone else present. Is she stronger than the team leaders? In fact, if she fought head-on, even the members of the task force wouldn't come out unscathed. Saya Neo possessed that much power. However, her personality was the issue. The cells of Saya that were left behind in Tokyo Kingdom's underground experimental facility were obtained by the UFS and used to create this new artificial demon based on experimental data. She was created as a biological weapon for efficient use, literally designed as a weapon to completion. That's why a request for elimination was issued by DSO to the task force. I've caught up with you! The simulated mafia gave surprised cries and fired their guns, despite firing their guns at point-blank range until their magazines were empty. Saya Neo remained unharmed. The reason for her being unharmed was the mechanical tentacles on her back. Each of them moved as if with consciousness, protecting Saya Neo. With a light shout, the tentacles moved as well. One of the mafias was blown away, and the remaining one was impaled against the wall. Oof. Although they were simulation created by the simulator, the sight of her ruthlessly slaughtering humans momentarily shook Serika. Anemone, secure the case with your webs. Leave it to me. The briefcase fell from the hands of the mafia, but before it could hit the ground, Anemone quickly reached the scene by running up the wall as a foothold, extending her webs to retrieve it. As she pulled the webs, Saya, who was there, caught the case using her puppets. I've secured the case. Misaki, once we get the case, enemies will... Over here! Once we get the case, the enemies will quickly... As they were speaking, armed mafias and drones began appearing from various corners of the alley. It seems like it was a trap all along. It looks like the program was set up so that enemy reinforcements would appear once the case was obtained as a signal, doesn't it? Anemone and Serika cracked their knuckles and smiled, as if to say, bring it on. It was a smile that provoked the others, not calmed them. Saya Neo readied her mechanical tentacles, while Saya prepared her puppets. Misaki also steeled herself, scanning the surrounding enemies. Misaki prioritized protecting the case. I'll create an opening. This is starting to get fun. With the impact of Saya Neo slamming her tentacles onto the ground, she leaped high into the air, then descended attacking from above. With actions of ability beyond what is normally considered, Serika and the others momentarily lost focus, their movements freezing. However, in the next instant, they remembered that they were in a training exercise. We're moving in. Yes, I'll provide cover for Miss Saya Neo. I don't think I'm going to be playing Echoes of Wisdom tonight. I do have work tomorrow, so I need to get some good sleep. And I'm still sick, so... I don't think I'll be playing Echoes of Wisdom tonight. Sadly, I had it planned, but things change. Oh well... It was getting late anyway. It's 49 minutes before midnight, so for me. Stonebreaker didn't do anything, what the heck? What? Alright. Boss? What is he? Terrorist assault. Whoa! Oh. That was easy. We're done here. We're done too. Well, I still haven't moved around enough. There are still other teams with missions to complete. You'll find satisfaction soon enough. Right, we're done here too. At Saya Neo's feet, data-generated Mafia members were still tumbling. Returning to the light of the data, their numbers far exceeded the enemies Serika and the others faced. Facing such a large number without losing composure, Saya Neo and Anemone's discussion indicated they might be more horrified than reassured. The other members hesitated for a moment, wondering how to address Saya Neo and Anemone in this situation. At that moment, they were shot from a distance. Huh? Misaki desperately guarded the briefcase she was protecting from the Mafia's attacks, but a shot hit it, sending it flying. What the... Serika, abandoning her usual elegant tone, turned her sharp gaze toward the direction from which the gunfire sounded. Sharpening her hips, she gathered strength in her legs and leaped forward, but even before leaping, Sayaneo had already jumped. She drove the tentacles into the wall and pulled herself toward it, relying on her legs to endure. The tentacles stretched like rubber, and the taut muscles in her legs stood out. After enduring for just a second, she vanished. With overwhelming acceleration, she closed in on the sniper, knocking them out. "Sorry, I let my guard down. Ugh, we lost." In the immediate aftermath, Anemone shouted, and in her hand she held a spear made from her own webs. Just before she hurled it like a javelin, had Sayaneo not acted, that spear would have pierced through the Mafia member. Both of their reaction speeds are so fast! That's all Saya could think of in response to their actions that surpassed this reaction speed of the Taimanins. It's the difference between battling demons on the front lines and being student Taimanins. Power down the simulator, and right beside her voice, it was Tokiko, who had been observing the training up close. To ensure the students didn't get hurt, or more accurately, she had been observing Sayaneo just in case. Were you surprised? Everyone, I'm relieved that you're coordinating well with each other. As they conversed, the alley scene disappeared. They were soon back in the familiar white space. Good job. Sayaneo, Anemone, thank you for your hard work. Yeah! When is the next training session? Oh, I'm adjusting the simulator settings, so please wait a moment. Anemone, what about you for the next training? I helped out once, isn't that enough? I'll take a break now. I'm craving something sweet. Understood. Whoa, what? Oh shoot, did I just... Oh, I double tapped A, my bad. Understood. Sayaneo, please come this way too. Okay. As if responding like a child, Sayaneo left the simulation room following Tokiko and Anemone. Was it tough dealing with Sayaneo? Oh, no, it wasn't like that. Conversations must have been challenging. Your ways of thinking are quite different. Fuma understood the troubles Serika and the others were facing well. In the present time of Gosha, there are several demon kinds capable of communicating willingly, fortunately. However, their way of thinking fundamentally differs from that of humans. Taimanins try to incapacitate demons and capture them, while demons kill and immobilize humans. The latter is easier. Differing races means differing common sense, and we, the Taimanins, have to protect humans from such demons. That's true. But in this day and age, luckily, we've managed to establish connections with demons. In present-day Gosha, there are demons like Sayaneo and Lilam. The notion that demons are enemies has changed, for better or worse. Yes, Sayaneo's way of thinking might be frightening, but she fought to protect us. That's right, not as enemies because they're demons, but the fact that we can even befriend them? And if both sides understand each other, this will become the strongest force one has ever seen. Humans and demons fundamentally have different physical abilities. If that could be put to good use, this mission would have been successful. I understand. Let me ask you something. Why did you ask Misaki and not Sayaneo to carry the briefcase? That's because Miss Misaki's abilities were the least combat-related. But, if you think about completing a mission, it would have been best for Sayaneo, with the utmost combat capabilities, to carry the briefcase. Let's see. It's because you don't trust her, right? Because she only wants to fight and you weren't sure if she would follow your orders? That's a lack of trust, a problem that could have been resolved if you had communicated more closely during the operation. She certainly loves combat, but she also enjoys being relied upon by her teammates. If you had properly asked her, she would surely have responded. Fuma was confident of that. However, in reality, Tokiko was acting out of concern for her, being a demon and even an artificial one. We've been killing each other all along. I don't think it's so easy for one's consciousness to change. Even someone as skilled as the masked Taimanin is cautious. Trusting her is certainly difficult. Great advice indeed. We can oppose her, but as students, it's challenging. However, if we hadn't relied on her, achieving this mission would have been difficult. It was a well-balanced, almost perfect mission, Fuma. Jesus Christ! I was startled to the point my heart nearly stopped when someone spoke to me from the side. Regardless, you lost, so you need to pay for it. Indeed, we received advice to ensure proper communication before the operation. Yet, even after a similar incident where our comrades were brainwashed during yesterday's mission, to think we'd fall into a similar trap... When did this happen? I'd been listening from the beginning. I just concealed my presence. No, I couldn't see them. Is concealing your presence even possible? Yes. However, I kept quiet, fearing that if I opened my mouth, I might be abducted as well. Just then, right in front of me. Please, I beg you, give us one more chance. Please give us another chance. Their forms are shaking in fear. Ah, help us, Captain. The destination for the defeated seems to be the same everywhere. Saying this, Serika's team who had failed the mission were all abducted. Well, I behaved by everyone after this training camp is over. Don't waste time blabbering. Get going with the next group. The moment I remembered that, Sue, who had finished preparing for the next mission, smacked the back of my head. I wasn't surprised. I could sense her presence through her footsteps. As always, Miss Murasaki and the others leave me speechless. Are you okay? Your head is even more messed up than usual. It's way too disrespectful. Even I can get hurt by that. As I looked at Sue's form, clearly present before me, I was once again amazed by Miss Murasaki's abilities. And so, I sent the next group off on their mission. Woo! Lots and lots of talking. Got 2 more sections. I can power through this. And then we'll end stream. Day 4. Wait, did we skip day 3? I don't remember. I am Isawa Owl. I'll be explaining the details to you. Minasaki, I'm in charge of running this meeting. Now, if you could all look at the material prepared for you. Look closely. Why are they speaking like they're a secretary of some company? Also, why is Minasaki here as well? Who knows, it's already the 4th day, so maybe she's just here for fun? I direct my gaze to the students as I chat with Sue. It's the 4th day, and there are already less than 10 people left. So those who are left are Shikanosuke, Hibiko, and who else? Mai, Ayumu, Sora, and Sakiya. There were a few more students who weren't a part of the task force. Quite a few left. Is it? There's less than before, right? The plan was to have 5 or fewer remaining by this point. Considering that, it's surprising that so many are still here. Well, Miss Murasaki was way more intimidating than expected, so they must have fought desperately to remain. As we were discussing this, Owl began the explanation. This mission involves the abduction of an ordinary girl, conducted in 2 phases, investigation and rescue, and protection. That's 3, what? In this, oh no, it was separated by a comma. In the simulation room, we've recreated an underground sewer. You are to investigate the monsters. Additionally, you will rescue the abducted girl using information obtained from there. If you were to listen to that alone, it might seem simple. However, these Taimanins have come this far. They probably sensed that the training content wasn't ordinary. I could sense through the atmosphere that they were trying to figure out the underlying intent. By the way, Minasaki was just smiling and not participating in the explanation. She probably realized that if she opened her mouth, she'd end up spouting nonsense. She seems more like a mascot with that kind of behavior. And also, she looks incredibly embarrassed. Indeed, I remember this was based on the incident where Igawa Sakiya went missing. More like she was hiding and undergoing special training with everyone. Even Leland and Minasaki helped out. Those 2 mischievous demons? Hard to believe they'd go along with training. So that's why Sora was yelling Sakiya got kidnapped. She stirred up a big fuss about it. Ultimately, it turned into a big commotion involving around 10 people, including me. That sounds fun. Yeah, it does. Now this mission will be quite lengthy. The groups will be divided into 2, but don't assume the investigation will be easier just because the number is higher. We'll make sure to train you thoroughly. As Ao and Minasaki declared this, the simulation room recreated the underground sewers from that time. Realizing that the mission was based on the incident involving Sakiya going missing, her face turned bright red. Alright, this is the last phase of the special training. Don't lose focus because it's the last phase, and do well because Miss Murasaki is watching. As I say this for the final time, Shikanosuke and the rest of the students' faces become stern, and then they disappear into the depths of the underground sewers. Was it a good idea to say that? That may have given them unnecessary pressure. It's not just Miss Murasaki watching, but also Saika and Tokiko. It should lessen their vigilance towards them, right? You're the worst, you know? What's this? A compliment from Sue? Well, this is a first. Was it a compliment? Absolutely not! Who the heck would compliment someone like you, Fuma? Alright then, how much of what was said do you think is true? Having entered the underground sewers and walked until they could no longer see Fuma and the others, Shikanosuke spoke. Photos of the kidnappers were in the handouts. It was Leland. Everyone present knew this mischievous succubus. This is Leland-chan, right? It even says a little demon girl was kidnapped. If the kidnapper is Leland-chan, has Minasaki been kidnapped? It seems obvious to me, since they're always together. No one could disagree with what Ayumu said. So Leland is the kidnapper, and Minasaki needs to be protected. Something's fishy. What do you mean? If I were Fuma, I wouldn't have handed you guys such a simple task. Everyone in Gosha knows that Leland and Minasaki are an inseparable set. Knowing Fuma-chan, he wouldn't give such an easy mission. Certainly. Then that means this information is most definitely false. Concerning his personality, that's why he would use Leland and Minasaki together. Then he might surprise us with a strategy from a different direction aiming to deceive us. Fuma-chan does have quite a mischievous personality. That is true. Are you 2 friends of Fuma? Yeah, we're classmates. Like, childhood friends? Are they? Really? Sakiya was suspicious, but let it pass, acknowledging that friendship comes in various forms. Best buddies. Whoa, so what shall we do? Shall we find where Leland-chan went first? I guess that's the right call. Whether it's a trap or not, we still have to find her, even if they're not around. We might find Leland or Minasaki's trails. Did someone call me? Wait, why are you here? Yeah, what's wrong? Well, we thought Miss Minasaki was playing hostage. How so? I just said I was in charge of running things here. I'm here to guide you lot. Come to think of it, she might have said so. People were remembering things Minasaki said before Ao was explaining things. They just never thought that she would be telling the truth. Then let's go get Leland. Aren't you all fired up? I thought she was your friend. Yes, but now I want out of this training. Boss isn't paying me anything, so I just want to get this over with. Everyone was staring at her because they didn't know what was the truth. However, Minasaki didn't seem to notice at all. Anyways, even if it's legitimately a trap, they were confident against Leland and Minasaki. So everyone was listening to her orders, or so they thought. Where to? I don't know. Just as expected, huh? What? I'm sorry. Please don't tell the boss. I'm not mad at you. I saw it coming anyway. Uh-huh. But what shall we do? We just lost our lead. Maybe I can scout from up high? No, leave this to me. Elect Arc. Elect Art. Sonar! With this, I can detect her if she's near. One of Shikanosuke's ninja arts, the Elect Art Sonar, is a skill that is supposed to track down things by discharging a faint jolt of electricity, just like its name. It detects things that are quite far away and consumes little particles. Shikanosuke used to lament his weakness, but he found his way of using his ninja arts to its best efficiency. Yes, found her! Shikanosuke turned his head around to a specific location. Even if the simulation was showing a large network of underground sewers, it was still a small simulation room. There weren't many places to hide for Leland. Over here! Shikanosuke ran forward as he said that. Really? Already? Leland was surprised. She thought she could lounge around for quite a while, but instead she screamed as if she'd seen the devil himself. It's really her! What do you mean by really her? I'm pretty sure I wrote down that I was the bad guy on those plans. To be clear, you against us? It seems a bit easy for the final day of training. Blabbing like that just because you're a little stronger than me. Leland stopped when she fell for the taunt. She's too simple-minded. Smiling bitterly, Sakuya, who had the strongest physical strength among them, quickly dashed into Leland's arms. This might be a trap, so I'm ending it here now. Chat! But Sakuya's blade struck something and bounced off. She couldn't deal any damage, and even Leland didn't seem to know how. Now's the time. Stupid! Stupid! Catch me if you can! Sakuya was annoyed at the little brat, but she didn't chase any further. Did anyone see what just happened? Everyone shook their heads. Why are you on their side, Minasaki, you traitor? She's yelling while she's running away. I guess I don't need my sonar anymore. Mai, Ayumu, and the others chased after the echo of Leland shouting, deeper into the sewers. This way. How did you find me so fast? You were yelling. Who wouldn't? Look. She just realized it. Mai was actually getting worried about Leland's stupidity. However, a mission is still a mission. Minasaki chased after Leland into a tight spot. Hey, wait a minute, Minasaki. Are you really betraying me? You're the worst. I just want to go home, so give it without a fuss. L-I-L-I-M. Don't smile like it's your birthday, dumb butt. Suddenly, Leland's demonic energy bursts out. Defend yourselves! No, take her down before she attacks. With the power of the succubus, she might penetrate her defenses. Got it. Mai, Ayumu, and the others spread out around Leland, cutting her escape route. They attacked her from all directions. But, Mai, who remained chill, suddenly let out a surprised noise, and she felt less of the ground below her feet. She lost her posture. Kya! Such an obvious trap! All of the student Taimanins who were about to attack Leland fell into a hole trap. Leland was able to linger midair with her wings for a short time, so she managed to escape the fall. Yay! Yay! You guys didn't dare to think that there was an imposter from the start? I was the imposter! I'm so clever, aren't I? Not so fast, Volt Deer! Kya! It tingles! Both Minasaki and Leland fell to the ground as the whirlwind-shaped Elec Art hit them. I guess we're late. How come? Why are you guys not down in the hole? You were suspicious from the start, so we kept a safe distance. You saw through my perfect acting? Oh, well, something like that. Sometimes sweet lies hurt other people, Sora-chan. Okay, I'm sorry, Minasaki-chan. We knew from the start. You were too kind to be true anyway. Never saw it coming. Well, your luck ran out since the moment I was here. How long do we have to listen to this? Cool. Sakuya is so cool. If you become one of us, we might make a perfect trio. Ugh. Oh dear, Sakuya-chan is really disgusted. While they were talking, Leland and Minasaki stood up. The paralysis effect of the Elec Art seems to have worn off. We were buying time to recover from our conversation skills. It's the real thing now. Let's get this over with quickly. You make it sound so easy. Don't think of us as the old chaotic duo. Yeah, we are prepared for this moment. The drones we modified with the parts we collected, the ninja beasts we tamed with snacks bought from the money from the boss. So now, here comes trouble. Don't get tamed with snacks. Aside from the antics of the chaotic duo, everyone was flabbergasted at the sight of the beasts that were tamed with snacks. What monsters were tamed? Like what snacks did they buy to tame these ninja beasts? Did they tame a ninja bear? I think ninja bear are funny. Oh, well, they did. Just as I mentioned ninja bear, the ninja bear's there. And there's the toad. Man, I wonder what snacks they got then. Oh, hey, Lilim. Don't mind me as I do this. Yeah, get knocked. I'm terribly sorry. I mean it. We were just too excited. After the battle, shall we say? The chaotic duo beating up mercilessly. We're apologizing. We don't need your apology. Really? Sakia is so nice. You're gonna cause trouble anyway. I bet 3 days. Sakia is really cool. So, Lilim-chan, our mission is to protect the kidnapped girl. Where is she? Oh, that? I can take you there. The mission is important, alright, but help me get these guys out of the pit. It's deep. Aren't we in the simulation room? How did you make a hole this big? We asked the boss to change the data. That means Fuma knew this was coming, huh? He's probably laughing now. So, what was that endless pit anyway? Shikanosuke remembered as Lilim and Minasaki guided them through the sewers. The pit the others fell in seemed very deep, but in fact, it was an endless hole. To be precise, the bottom of it led to somewhere else. It's like a portal, made from the system of the simulation room. I asked the boss to make it, so it beats me where it leads to. As long as they're okay. Maybe they've gone to after-school studies? Look, someone's over here. Well, what do you know? They were leading us correctly. Of course. Inside the sewers, there was a girl, an Oni with horns on their foreheads, Yuffie and Sophie. They were trapped in a cage, so when Sora and the others approached, they let out a sigh of relief. Finally, our rescuers! Get us out of here! We were captured by the evil demon. We have no strength left. Pretending to be kidnapped princesses is fun, right? We just said that in front of our faces. For your information, we are supposed to be the demon lords. Shut up. I might give you another deer if you don't. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your girls sure didn't like the deer. So, if we rescue the princesses here, it's over? Don't be fooled. This voice. There was another girl trapped in a cage on the other side. Saya Neo. The real princess is me. The twins there, they're the hidden bosses. You were captured too? Yes, fragile me got captured, so rescue me now. That was like reading from a book. Shikanosuke interfered and looked at Lilim and Minasaki. Well, I guess we can just rescue all of them. Hey, the keys! But did you find out which one's the real hostage? What do you mean? I think the boss would say, read the material and you'll know. I'm not sure what you... Oh, so that's what it is. Hibiki soon figured it out while reading the materials. It says that we have to protect the kidnapped girl, so if we choose the wrong hostage, it's game over for us. Oh, I see. Everyone sighed. So by girl, it means it's gotta be them, right? The two looked at Yuffie and Sophie. Because of their looks that resemble a girl and protecting the twins when the ninja beast attacked before, Shikanosuke and Hibiko felt a mutual sympathy towards the twins. On the other hand, Sayania looked as if she could devour a whole truck of student Taimanins. Hey, Lilim-chan and Minasaki-chan, any hints? We were just told to read the material. Besides, these two are enemies considering the mission. I highly doubt that they'll give us the correct answer. If it was me in their place, I would have told them false information. You are really starting to think like Fuma, you. That feels very, somewhat uncomfortable. Let's not be so depressed with that, Sakia-chan. Well, let's skip the part where Sakia starts to resemble Fuma. Don't skip it! Which one do we rescue? I vote on the twins. Me too. They look like girls. She doesn't. Shikanosuke argued while looking at Saya Neo's body. To be sure, she was too outgrown to be called a girl. I think Miss Saya Neo is the real one. Captain Fuma is the type to act out of the ordinary. I think it's strange that he gave information to Minasaki-chan. If it was him, he would have made us read the material when he actually puts false information on it. That guy has no trust in his teammates whatsoever. Maybe Fuma did something wrong to Sora-chan? Sora looked over to Sakio after making her stance. I think that this is an easy question. Who's there? Shikanosuke reacted sensitively as they were letting their guard down for a moment while debating which one was the real princess. It's me. I fell into the pit and got transported back to the village entrance. The others were knocked out from the shock and they were kidnapped, retrieved by Miss Murasaki. Did you really need to correct your words? What do you mean by it's an easy question, Anase? Ayumu was just fine. Wow, she totally ignored me. So, Ayumu. Well, I was thinking of getting both hostages out of their cages and asked Fuma to confirm which one is the real one. If he points one out, then we can neutralize the fake one. That idea made everyone gasp. They were told to protect the hostage, but they weren't given any instructions on when or where to escort her. Oh, Psycho no Sutoka ran? Sutoka, yeah, I said it right. You checked randomly? Oh, well, congrats on getting it to run. If that's the case, Ayumu thought it would be also okay to protect the hostage after getting a confirmation from Fuma. And it's working? Let's go. But is that even legit? Seems like cheating to ask the supervisor. Yes, but it doesn't say that we can't do it either. It's true. If this was an actual mission, the supervisor would be the headquarters, and we ask headquarters to confirm our objectives during missions quite a lot. Been there, done that. I see. But this is not a real mission. Considering the fact that it's a training exercise, I wonder if it's okay to cheat like that. They were going around in circles, an endless conversation. Leland and Minasaki shouted at them as if to make them rush their decision. Just get on with it. We haven't done all day. Just choose one option. Young people these days are so indecisive. At that, Sakia gave a nuggie to Leland. They're right. We should decide quickly. If we don't act, then we can't do anything. How about we neutralize both hostages with me and Ayumu's barrier? If it's neutralizing and not protection, we can still consider one of them safe when we ask headquarters. Yes, we can take them in safely, and then we can get confirmation from the HQ. This way, we can at least make an excuse about why we did it. Mai soon pulled out a paper, making it sharp enough to cut through the lock on the cages. Wait, hold on a sec. Calm down. Don't listen to what the chaotic duo says. They're obviously trying to annoy us so we make a hasty decision. Okay, what? Yes, Nanase, think about it. It's a training exercise, so there has to be more to it. Mai destroyed the lock, and Ayumi tried to capture Yuffie and Sophie and Sayaneo all at once with her paper barrier. Shika and Suki and the others were trying to talk her out of it. It's not the best plan to play it right before. Yeah, it's a pretty disturbing game. Only Sakia couldn't decide which was the right call, so she didn't move. Talking wasn't working too well, and if this violent attitude brought harm to the hostages, they were sure they'd all end up in Miss Murasaki's special after-school class. Sakia was wondering which side was the right one since she didn't know the answer to this problem. Yeah! Then, Mai's barrier that was trying to catch the Oni girls touched Sophie's skin. It was made out of particles that hurt demons, and as Sophie's skin burned, a small wound appeared. Sophie! Oh, sorry! Mai was frustrated for sure. Consecutive training exercises made her feel worn out, and the feeling of not knowing the answer, her stress levels were at her limit, and she unknowingly threw herself into this violent behavior. And before she could apologize, her small body flew across the room without even slowing down. Yeah! Mai! Yuck! Both of the Nanase sisters' screams echoed. An attack that strong came from above the barrier. The paper barrier that was strong enough to withstand the powerful lightning arc broken to pieces by Yuffie and Sophie, who looked fragile. You hurt Sophie! You made Yuffie mad. Hibiko tried to take down Yuffie and Sakia to Sophie as soon as they heard the sisters' voices, but not only were they strong, but they were also nimble. They were already repositioning by the time both girls ran out to suppress them. Uh-oh, you made them angry. Scary. Leland and Minasaki made fun of the situation. However, the underground sewers shook heavily after that, and they both panicked. They're too strong? Are you trying to bring down the whole place? You girls remember that this is just an act, huh? Hey, I won't forgive someone who hurts Sophie. I won't forgive someone who angers Yuffie. Is this for real? What is this? The Oni, even their younglings are dangerous. Shika, Suki, and Hibiko were already ready for battle, as they thought this wasn't the time to chit-chat. Their quick battle senses proved that their experience in countless missions as Taimanins. Sora, Sakia, cover me. Wait, Sakia, you take the forward position. Roger that. I'll be your support, so feel free to do what you want. Sora will be here with me, covering those two. But who are the ones who made them angry? If we don't put up a fight, we'll be taken down. Get a hold of yourself. Yes, sir. Are you still going to hurt Sophie? Are you going after Yuffie this time? Those acts, I won't forgive. Oh, come on! I wanted to save this little until they were all letting their guards down. The third secret trap! With her words, modified drones and tamed ninja beasts appeared. If we take down all of them, then we can flip the situation. Let's get him, Minasaki, Yuffie, Sophie. Okay. Defeat all the enemies. Almost done. Oh, hey. Hey, Leland, how you doing? And you're done. Woo! So frankly, you aren't... Wait. Is this the zombie version where you have to rebuild it? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the one who's like, my head! Yeah, you shouldn't play that right now. It's nightmare fuel. Ugh. It's over for me. Yuffie, Sophie, I'm counting on you two. They're clingy as heck. It was a bit difficult. Not over yet. Trying to mess with Sophie again? Don't anger Yuffie no more. This is the true power of the Oni. Don't get intimidated, Sora. If you show your fear in a real battle, then you lose even before you fight. You love it, but you prefer not peeing yourself? Yeah, don't do that to yourself. Yes, Sakia too. Breathe deeply and loosen your arms and legs. Calm down, and when you're ready, we can do this. Okay, good. Let's stop those two. I won't let you hurt Sophie anymore. I won't forgive messing with Yuffie. Oh, well, they have a pose and everything. Kill him? Nah. Fuma... Listen, Fuma is watching over these demons, so of course I'm not gonna do that. Wait, did I already take out Sophie? Oh, dang, Yuffie just got slapped. What do you mean? What do you mean not your fault? Fuma's a female dog and he... What do you mean? Fuma's a captain. Meanwhile, we're just kind of like weebs. Oh, they're strong. Fast and powerful. These two were this strong. They completely faked their innocence, even if they're Oni. Hibiki erased both of them with their octopus legs she transformed with her beast art during the fight. Chikanosuke was already letting Sayania out of her cage. So, does this mean mission accomplished? No, we still haven't figured out which one's the real hostage. What do we do? Then we have no choice but to confirm with the HQ. The supervisor, it seems. Sakia wasn't fond of this decision, but there seemed to be no choice left. As she was impressed with thoughts, the mobile device rang even before they could escape the sewers. Check his combat record compared to everyone else's. Okay, listen. There are people suited for certain positions. Fuma's a strategist, okay? Oh, I'm sorry to have interrupted, but time's up. Time limit? Wait, did that much time pass already? You guys haven't checked your time ever since entering the underground sewers? I'm sorry, but it's over. Listen, he has one job. Fight. One job. He is a commander. Rit, you have... It's rank and file. Even the coward femboy fights? Well, yeah, everyone's strengths lie elsewhere. Not everyone can be some fearless fighter. Some people have strengths better suited elsewhere. Tokiku and Saika, please recover Yuffie and Sophie. I'll contact the medical bay. Acknowledged. Whoa! Shikanosuke screamed as the voice came from the darkness of the sewers. He was the closest one. On the other hand, Saika emerged from the shadows around Sora. Hee! It's a bit hurting when you get that scared. So, sorry. That surprised me. Hey, how long have you been there? Since the beginning of the mission. I have been following. We were keeping our distance, so you might not have noticed. Oh, I'll take Yuffie and Sophie to the medical bay. They're both sturdy, so they'll recover soon from the damage. Now, excuse me. Fuma is a female dog and he... So what? Nah, he's a commander. I don't know what you're talking about, Rit. He's a commander. What about you, Sayaneo? I'm guessing feedback is in order after this, so I might just take a nap in the medical bay. The medical bay is not a hotel. Well, alright, let's go back together. With that, the five of them vanished. Shikanosuke's party stood still for a while, then left the sewers. I mean, yeah. Asagi, okay, that's not fair. It's Asagi. She's the ultimate Taimanin. Oh. Ugh. Ow. At the exit, the Nanase sisters were recovering from Yuffie and Sophie's attack. Wow. This far? Super strength. Onis are amazing. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's fair to compare Fuma to Sakura and Yukikaze. Don't do it with Asagi. Asagi is like almost in her 30s. Fuma's a hot teen. They're only alright. We should help Maya and Yumu too. Sora, Sakia, please take care of the younger sister. I'll help too. Thus, the last mission on the last day of special training ended. No one passed the test this year. Huh. I guess it was too hard for student Taimanins to handle. Your students too. Still, we failed. We have to accept that. Good mindset you have there. While they were talking about the mission, Noah brought some refreshments and handed them out to Shikanosuke's team, who fought until the end. Sora and Sakia, both in middle school, drank the whole bottle because they were so tired. Anyways, good job. Sora and Sakia seem to have improved since last year. Really? Thank you. But we failed the mission. Yes, by the way, do you two know the reason you failed? We took a lot of time in combat. We had little information, and we had to choose between the Onis and Miss Sayaneo, so lack of information. Sora is correct. In the case of battle, you guys could have just let Shikanosuke and Hibiko handle it. While there were a considerable amount of drones, Leland and Minasaki were easy to defeat by yourselves. Oh, I see. However, you fought with everything you had. The reason Sakia answered like that is because of this. You didn't have enough information on the enemy. If you knew exactly how strong the enemy was, then you could have saved your energy and only used the right amount of power. Shikanosuke has sonar, and he could have easily pointed out the location of the hostage in the sewers. Fighting with Leland and Minasaki was a bad move. I guess this is just criticism based on the result, but if you didn't take Minasaki with you, then it would have been easier to move around in the sewers with fewer enemies. You've got a point. The reason for failure is simple. You all didn't talk to each other enough to get to know your teammates. On the second day, the briefing wasn't enough. On the third day, trust issues, and on the last day, not able to understand each other. Especially at today's training, you all knew the details of the mission but failed to explain it to each other. How well you understood your teammates' skills and abilities was 0 points. That's right. What? She's here! Don't act as if you've seen a ghost. Even I get hurt a little. You're scarier than a ghost. Have something to say, Fuma? No, ma'am. Can she read minds? Even if I can't read minds, I can still see your feelings through your gaze and facial expressions. Dumb. You still need to work on staying calm. Sue, you're only better than Fuma, but still easy to read in my eyes. Sue just dots. Anyways, that's that. Even if Fuma and Sue are both captains and the supervisor of this training, you still have a lot to learn. Train yourselves, learn, and aim higher as Taimanins. Yes, ma'am. Will do. You still have extra classes after school next week. Yes, you do. Hee! Am I that terrifying to you, Shikanosuke? If this mission was a real one, your team did a violent act to neutralize the hostage, and the reason for that was because you were taunted by the enemy. I can understand using violent methods when time is short, but only as a last resort. You didn't notice that there were much more options than that, so also a minus. Huh? Well, can I ask what those methods are? Sora asked while being held by Murasaki. Fuma spouted her enthusiasm for knowledge and tapped on the briefing material he gave out to everyone at the start. All your answers are in here, as Minasaki said. You mean the part where it says protect the kidnapped girl? So eventually, who was the hostage between Yuffie, Sophie, and Miss Sayaneo? Sayaneo, she's only 10 years old. With that height? Do not judge girls just by their looks. Whatever. It's way over that. You could have asked Sayaneo on the spot if you had to. Yuffie and Sophie are both young, but if the twins were the hostages, then it would have said girls instead of girl. So it would seem. Hey Zap. Okay. Why do you want me to check Discord? What happened? Huh? Zap, I thought I sent it to you. I didn't. Oops, my bad. Who messaged me? No, didn't Slowpoke? No, I did. You just didn't look. I'm playing, I'm kidding. I just sent it. We put details into the info, and Sayaneo's looks were also deceiving, with Leland and Minasaki as untrustworthy informants. Still, if you combined all those pieces of information together, I bet you would have found the right answer before time ran out. Yes, and you all are in for after-school classes until the end of the next week. No objections. Starting today. I'm looking forward to it. I sighed as Hibiko and the others shouted out in despair, leaving the room. No one passed. Misasagi might be crossed about it. Because you made the test too hard? I guess I'll just look forward to Team 2. Team 2, commence the test. To celebrate the end of the annual special camp, cheers! Cheers! That night, the staff who ran the training exercise gathered for a party. Tokiku, Saika, Tsu, Noah, the demons, and the other staff. There were a total of 20 or more people, enough to make the mansion feel small. Good work, Fuma. Did running the special camp make it a good experience for you? Yes, honestly, it was more tiresome than commanding on the field. Quietly laughs. You'll get used to it. If you keep doing this work, then you'll soon see things on the management side. I wish. Misasaki, please, try some of the food I made! Miss Murasaki barged in between us. She even glared at me because she thought I was taking all of Misasagi's attention. It was everyday life, so I looked around for the others. Tokiko and Saika were serving the food, and other people were talking to each other. Many were gathered around Yuffie, Sophie, and Sayaneo. Hey, how's it going? We're dining fully. Good food. That's good to hear. Tokiku made all of these. I also like your egg rolls too. I like it too. Me too. Still, don't eat too much. I know. Food is most delicious when shared. Good for you. You did great, Noah. Eat up tonight. Yes, Fuma, good work, too. I lightly patted Noah's head and moved on. People standing around Saya Neo left, and she was now talking to Sue. I wanted to get more action. I see. You sometimes go out of control, so for to deal with you, we might need 2 or 3 skilled Taimanins. You quit because even the menu was scaring you? Well, stop playing it! I thought you said you weren't going to play it. Is that hard? No. Chances to fight a skilled demon inside Gosha are very rare, so people would line up. What are you guys talking about? Well, I was thinking that Saya Neo is still sometimes out of control, so if we have to let her fight, then we have to find some skilled Taimanins who want to. There are tons of them, Rinko, or Yukikaze even, and countless more feisty Taimanins. Saya Neo wouldn't have the time to be bored. How's your food? Delicious. I like to fight, but I also like to eat. Good. Tell Tokikyo later that you enjoyed her food. She'll be happy about it. You too, Fuma. I sometimes tell her that. Not sometimes, tell her every day. Sheesh, you're such an unworthy master of the clan. Fuma is an unworthy master. You guys are saying whatever. Trying, you know. If you don't speak out your gratitude, people won't know. True that. Won't know. Just like a stepsister. What did you say? Nothing. Saya Neo, thank you for your today's work. I'm looking forward to working with you again. You can count on me. As the night deepened, the adults were enjoying drinks, and students like Sue or me had nothing to do. Next week is the start of the after-school classes. No one passed this year's test. I'm looking forward to re-educating them. I see. From now on, demons and human conflicts will keep rising. We have to train the young ones. I smiled bitterly at those words. I guess tomorrow we write the report for this training event. I saw some potential in a few Taimanins, but still no one passed, and that bugs me. Still, I looked at Yuffie, Sophie, and Saya Neo. New, strong teammates are now at our side. I believe that we should be happy for this. For sure, in the future, our friendship with demons is bound to increase. We can probably handle that. Us together. Right, together. Oh, you wouldn't believe, Fuma. You wouldn't believe. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to go away. Let's gotcha this. Oh, Galilum? Oh, it's cute. Oh, shoot. First pull, I get ultra rare supporter. Oh my gosh. I pulled her. First pull, guys. That's insane. I mean, I'll pull for the rest of the supplies here, but first pull, ultra rare. Let's go. Okay. Anyway, like I said, unfortunately, I do not have time to play Echoes of Wisdom. It is 10 minutes before midnight for me. I need rest because I'm going to be working tomorrow, so yeah, I'm sorry, Rit. Also, I've been streaming for like 6 hours essentially. I need sleep. No, please what? Please what? Tell me, what do you mean, Rit? Please what? There, I gave you some ASMR to help you sleep, Rit. No. Get it? Because I said no, but I said it. Oh shoot, I tapped it. No, I didn't mean to tap it. No, wait. Oh, the pop filter, no. Dang it. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. We made some amazing progress. We finished the Children of Echoes, the action time, and the limited time event from Genshin with Nahida, and the Taimanin action Taimanin event helped cleanse my palate from the Children's of Echoes Tribal Chronicle we just did. Oh, I feel bad for Plusoli. I think Plusoli just deserves a second chance. I really hope she gets a second chance. It sucks. Feel bad for her. Anyway. I don't think I will, Zap. I'm sorry. I don't think I will. In all things considered, I don't think I'll show. Just you know, because I'm sick. Nighty night. Alright, thanks. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good start to your week. Peace.